Good day, everyone. Our topic for today is RA 9287, or the illegal number games. So if you can recall, you were taught or you are aware about PD 1612, which punishes illegal gambling. Illegal number games, or RA 9287, actually amends certain crimes punished under 1612, specifically on gambling involving illegal numbers, by increasing the penalty to be imposed by the offender. So illegal number games, game is any form of gambling activity which uses numbers or combinations thereof as factors in giving out jackpots, and it shall include wetting. Wetting is an illegal number games that involves the combination of 37 numbers against 37 numbers from 1 to 37, or the combination of 38 numbers in some areas, serving as a form of local lottery where bets are placed and accepted per combination. And take note, it even includes its variants. Another game governed by RA 9287 is Masyaw. What is Masyaw? An illegal number game where the winning combination is derived from the result of the last game of high alay at present, or the special levy portion or any result thereof based on any fictitious high alay game consisting of 10 players pitted against one another and its variants. And in fact, when I was growing, some would refer to this as bagdok. So I don't know in your place there, but you have there the masyaw. So it is based on the fictitious high alay game na ay pulo kung magpuput ka, if there are 10 players there and you were actually in possession of that sort of paper wherein there is a list of players, and then you're gonna choose this number combination, 3 number combination. And then you have there the last two. An illegal number game where the winning combination is derived from the last 2 numbers of the first prize of the winning sweepstakes ticket, which come out during the weekly draw of the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office and its variants. So it is taken from the last 2 digit of the first prize combination of the sweepstakes. So wetting, masyaw, last 2 specifically under RA 9287. Then you have there the bettor. Who is the bettor, or the mananaya, or the tayador? The one who places his bets. Okay, so that is the bettor. Personnel or staff of illegal number games. He is the person who, in the interest of the maintainer, manager, or operator, but not limited to the accountant, cashier, checker, guard, runner, table manager, usher, watcher, or any other personnel performing such function in a building or structure, vessel or vehicle if the game is performed there, or any other place where the illegal number games is operated or conducted. And then you have there the collector. You even have there the coordinator. So if you notice from the bettor, and then you have there the personnel or staff, the law actually defines who are these persons, because the penalty to be imposed upon the offender would depend on who he is in the illegal activity. The collector or agent, the kabu that we are talking about in layman's term, is any person who collects, solicits, or produces bets in behalf of his or her principal. The coordinator is any person who exercises control and supervision over the collector or agent. Then you also have there the maintainer, manager, or operator. He is the person who maintains, manages, or operates any illegal number game in a specific area from whom the coordinator, controller, or supervisor and collector or agent take order. Now, you also have there the financier or the capitalist, the one who finances the operation. The protector or cuddler is the person who lends or provides protection or receives benefit in any manner in the operation of the illegal number games. So what are the acts punished? So Section 3 actually enumerates to us what are the overt acts punishable under RA 9287. You have there the better, okay? The better, which we defined earlier. Penalty for the better, 30 to 90 days if he is a better. But if he is a personnel or staff, the penalty shall be 6 years and 1 day to 8 years. And the same penalty shall likewise be imposed upon any person who allows his vehicle, house, building, or land to be used in the operation of the illegal number games. But if you are a collector or agent, then the penalty is a little higher, 8 years and 1 day to 10 years. It's more higher if you are a coordinator, controller, or supervisor. You have there 10 years and 1 day to 12 years. If you are a maintainer, manager, or operator, 12 years and 1 day to 10 years to 10 to 10 years, 12 years and 1 day to 14 years. But if you are a financier, 14 years and 1 day to 16 years. For the protector and cuddler, 16 years and 1 day to 20 years. So if you notice, the penalty provided under 9287 is very high as compared to the penalties provided in 1602. But as again, 9287 is specifically applicable only to illegal number games. In other words, if the gambling involves illegal number, PD 1602 is not the law to be enforced, but the provision under RA 9287. So if you notice, since the provision of 9287 is already high, and in fact, the law says that the court that has jurisdiction over 9287 is the RTC, even if you acted only as a better. Now, in reality, some of the accused would actually avail of plea bargaining, even if they are charged for personnel, for a maintainer, or a collector. Usually, they would plead guilty to a lesser offense under paragraph A as better. So that is their usual offer for purposes of the plea bargaining. Now, I call your attention on presumption, section 4. That possession of any gambling paraphernalia and other materials used in the illegal number games shall be prima facie evidence for any offense covered by this act. So if we are talking about masyaw and you are there, the collector or agent, usually what would be the paraphernalia that shall be in possession if you are engaged as a collector of masyaw? You have there the stubs, of course, the ball pen. You have there the proceeds for that matter, or you have there the list, a paper containing 3 number combinations. So these materials actually constitute it actually constitute a prima facie evidence that you are engaged in illegal gambling, because section 4 provides that the mere possession of this gambling paraphernalia or materials shall constitute prima facie evidence for any of the offense covered under RA 9287. And when we say prima facie evidence, it is that evidence sufficient to secure your conviction beyond reasonable doubt if you fail to refute the same. In section 5, you have there the liability of government employees or public officials. Now, if the participant or those people defined, controller, agent, coordinator, supervisor, or the financier, or the capitalist, or even the coddler, if they are public officers, whether elected or appointed, they shall suffer the penalty of 12 years and 1 day to 20 plus fine. Take note ha, dili or but and fine ranging from 3 million to 5 million and perpetual absolute disqualification from public office. That is, if the offender is a government employee and or public official. And in addition to the accessory penalty provided for, and in addition to the penalty provided for in the preceding article, the accessory penalty of perpetual disqualification from public office shall be imposed upon any local government official who, having knowledge of the existence of the operation of any illegal number game in his or her jurisdiction, if he fails to abate or to take action, or he tolerates the conduct of illegal gambling within his area of jurisdiction, then he shall also be perpetually disqualified from holding public office. In the case of failure to apprehend perpetrators of any of the illegal number games, any law enforcer shall suffer the administrative penalty of suspension or dismissal, as the case may be, to be imposed by the appropriate authority. Now, it doesn't mean that this would be automatic right away. Of course, your right to due process is still in place. So you have the right to defend yourself. How about the parents or guardians that are actually made liable as well under RA 9287? When does a parent or guardian liable? You have there the penalty of 6 months and 1 day to 1 year, or fine from 100,000 to 400,000. If the parent, guardian, or person exercising moral authority or ascendancy over a minor, ward, or incapacitated person, and not otherwise falling under any of the foregoing subsections, who induces or causes such minor, ward, or incapacitated person to commit any of the offenses punishable under this act, then he shall be liable. Upon conviction, the parent, guardian, or person exercising moral authority or ascendancy over the minor, ward, or incapacitated person, he shall be deprived of his authority over such minor in addition to the penalty imposed under Section 6. In case of recidivism, in other words, the next time around that you are again caught violating the provision under RA 9287, then you are considered to be a recidivist. The penalty next higher in degree shall be imposed upon you. Any person who shall serves as a witness for the government or provides evidence in a criminal case involving violation of this act, or who voluntarily or by virtue of a subpoena ducis tecum produces, identifies, or gives testimony, shall be immune from any criminal prosecution subject to the compliance of PD 1732, otherwise known as the decree providing immunity from criminal prosecution to government witnesses and the pertinent provisions of the rules of court. And he shall be placed under the witness protection program. So usually these whistleblowers shall be admitted under the witness protection program. Actually, they are part of the operation. Only that there are many of them, and to secure the conviction of those the most guilty of them all, so meaning to say the one on top of the hierarchy, the only testimony that you really need that can secure their conviction is the testimony from among them. So one of the conditions there to be admitted as a state witness is that the accused sought to become a state witness should not be the most guilty of them all. And then you have their Section 9. Any person may be charged with or convicted of the offenses covered by this act without prejudice to the prosecution of any act or acts penalized under the RPC or existing laws. And during, meaning to say, you can be charged with any other felonies without violating your right against double jeopardy. During the pendency of the case, no property or income used or derived therefrom, which may be confiscated and forfeited, shall be disposed, alienated, or transferred, because they shall be in custodia leges, under custody. Even if you will post a bond that would not be omitted to release them, they shall be under custody. And the trial prosecutors shall avail of provisional remedies provided for under the revised rules on criminal procedure, such as attachment, so that these properties, which is considered to be fruits or instruments in the commission of the crime, shall not be disposed of, alienated by the accused while the case is ongoing. Now, upon conviction, all proceeds, gambling paraphernalia, and other instruments of the crime, including any real or personal property used in any illegal number games, shall be confiscated and forfeited in favor of the state. All assets and properties of the accused, either owned or held by him in his name or in the name of another person, found to be manifestly out of proportion to his lawful income, shall be presumed to be proceeds of the offense, and shall likewise be confiscated and forfeited in favor of the state. So possible questions on RA 9262. This can actually be applied in relation to other provisions of the law, like the plea bargaining to a lesser offense, which I even mentioned earlier, that the accused may be charged for being a collector or agent, then he can plead guilty to a lesser offense to a better. And of course, it shall affect on the penalty to be imposed upon the accused. Now take note of the Act Spanish and the offenders who are liable under RA 9262. And then what is illegal number game? So basically, based on the slides that we have earlier, it includes weteng, masyaw, lasto, and any other illegal number games that shall be done in the future, because you know Filipinos are very resourceful. Maybe tomorrow there will be another form of illegal number game, and we will just be surprised on what shall it be called. Okay, with that, I thank you for your time, and please study well.